Good afternoon, everyone. Here I am in my Grateful Dead t-shirt. It's a beautiful day. Let's see, what did we do today? We went out, we bought all the stuff for Mother's Day, almost all the food. We only still have to buy lox, but we got everything else in ShopRite, so that was good. And we also bought a bottle of syrup to add to coffee to give it a flavor. It makes it so good, so yummy. Even in milk, it's so delicious. So, and then we got home, put everything away, and I worked out with weights. Wait, maybe you can see. There, okay. And now it's time for story time with Miss Paul. I want to say hi to my friends. Hi, Leo. Hi, Rory and Jake. Hi, Milan and Meadow. Hi, Woody and Eason. I know you're still a baby, Eason, but you can still listen to stories. And to all my other friends out there. Today's book is It Looked Like Spilt Milk by Charles G. Shaw. I used to read this book when I was teaching. And look at those pretty blue pages. It Looked Like Spilt Milk by Charles G. Shaw. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. Sometimes it looked like a rabbit, but it wasn't a rabbit. Sometimes it looked like a bird, but it wasn't a bird. Sometimes it looked like a tree, but it wasn't a tree. Sometimes it looked like an ice cream cone, but it wasn't an ice cream cone. Sometimes it looked like a flower, but it wasn't a flower. Sometimes it looked like a pig, but it wasn't a pig. Sometimes it looked like a birthday cake, but it wasn't a birthday cake. Sometimes it looked like a sheep, but it wasn't a sheep. Sometimes it looked like a great horned owl, but it wasn't a great horned owl. Sometimes it looked like a mitten, but it wasn't a mitten. Sometimes it looked like a squirrel, but it wasn't a squirrel. Whoops, went too far. Whoops. Okay. Sometimes it looked like an angel, but it wasn't an angel. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. It was a cloud in the sky. Isn't that nice? Because when you look in the sky and you look at the clouds, you can see all different shapes. And it's amazing. I always find it amazing. And you can see all those shapes when you look up in the sky. And, oh, it's the